So I suppose unless you were Duke Ellington or Louis Armstrong, nobody today experiences music, especially popular music involving the drum set, in the order that it evolved. So we all sort of jump in at some point, and for me, I jumped in because I saw the Beatles on TV, and then began to get curious about what preceded that, and what preceded that, and what preceded that, and then what has happened after the Beatles. You know, the instrument is a hybrid. It's a contraption that was originally invented so that one man could play a march. And it's grown as to fill the needs of a variety of music, primarily in the accompanying role. So as music changed through the eras, the accompanying function of the drummer had to change. And originally we were just playing that march, and then we were playing for people that were dancing, a dance like the Lindy or the Charleston. And then eventually the music, when Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie and drummers like Kenny Clarke and Art Blakey and Max Roach, when they came on the scene, the music evolved away, a little bit away from being popular music and more being sort of concert music. So tempos changed and the function of the drummer changed a little bit from just being a timekeeper to having a deeper understanding of musical form and of how we can accompany and support the endeavors of the musicians we're playing with. We're accompanists, but the accompanying role became more and more elaborate. So we had the early period, we had swing drumming, which was basically timekeeping in an aggressive but simplistic way. An example of that would be a drummer like Gene Krupa, who really nailed down the time on the cymbal and did very little accompaniment with the snare drum and bass drum, other than basic time. So in this case, you've got a driving pulse and occasional little punctuations with the snare drum to help propel the music forward. And I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm playing in symmetrical phrases of 2 measures or 4 measures or 8 measures, where this thing happens in the snare drum is not random. It's kind of in relation to the harmonic structure that we're accompanying. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and a little push now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, ba ba da boom. And so as music moved away from needing to engage dancers, music became more concert-oriented, and the accompaniment of a musician like Dizzy Gillespie or Charlie Parker, the opportunity arose for the accompaniment to be a little bit more involved. And so accents with the snare drum and the bass drum in particular are telltale signs of what we call the bebop era. So having a kind of conversational thing between the snare drum and bass drum, reinforcing form, reinforcing swing, and uniting and inspiring the musicians we're playing with, that's a hallmark of this era.